Hello, everybody. It's me again, Rich Andre, and today we're going to be talking about table tennis. You know, this is a sport, okay, as many of you may know, and we're just going to be having a sort of brief introduction on the mechanics and the definitions that you need to know about table tennis. That's practically it, okay. So before we start, we just have to start with a little bit of a terminology, okay? So the first thing that we need to know is what we call the rally. Okay? So what this basically just means, okay? It basically just means that the game starts from the moment that the ball, okay, leaves the player's hand. Okay? So I have here a image, okay, of a tennis table, okay, a table tennis table. We got a paddle, we got our ball, okay. So what I mean by the game starting from the moment it leaves the player's hand, okay. So you could imagine you're the player here, okay. Can imagine you're the player here. Let's put a smile on his face. Oh, that's kind of funny. I just yeah. Let's imagine you're a player here. You have this paddle, right? You have the ball. You're going to have to strike the ball, okay? Oh, no. You're going to use your free hand, okay, to toss the ball upward. Okay? So when you toss the ball upward, that is when the rally starts. Okay? Basically just when the game starts in general. That's what the rally is. Okay? The moment the ball, okay, leaves the player's hand, leaves the server's hand, okay, this is what we call a server, the person who starts the game, okay, this person right here on the opposite side is the receiver, okay. So whoever starts the game is a server. So the rally is when the game starts, the moment it leaves this server's hand, okay. So now we have, let's start with another terminology, okay? The point. All right. Now points are basically as you may already know, it's just the scoring system of table tennis. Okay. Let's say the ball, okay. Let's say this person, okay, he struck the ball. The server already struck the ball. He struck the ball, and the ball went over this, okay. It struck your side of the court once, and then you lose, okay. You tried to hit it, but you didn't. You couldn't, okay. And it just got away. The ball just got away. The server, okay, your opponent gets 1 point. I believe that is. Okay. Let me just pause this. Let me just continue. Okay, so if you lose the ball, the opponent gets 1 point. Okay, and how the pointing system works here. Okay, the rally point system. Rally point system. This is basically just the scoring system for table tennis. So the games usually go best of 3 to 5 of 3. Okay, 3. Best of 3 of 5 games. So you typically go 5 games, I believe. If you win 3 of them, you're the winner. Okay. So how do you win one game? Basically, you just have to have 11 points. Okay. And if you are tied in the game, okay, whoever wins 2 points, okay, whoever leads the game by 2 points is going to be the winner. Okay. Whoever leads the game to 2 points is the winner. So the threshold for winning the game is around 9 to 11 points. If you have a minimum of 2 points lead against your opponent, you're already won the game. Okay. So that's basically it for the scoring system. Now we have what we call the let. Okay. And what the let is basically just implying is that the opponent, okay, either the opponent wins the point instead of you, or there's going to be some sort of interruption in the game by the referee, the umpire. Okay. So let's say you have a situation like this. Okay, so let's say I have a situation like this. You threw the ball, okay? You threw the ball, but it didn't land on your court first. It just went straight to the opponent. That's going to constitute to a let, okay? Okay? So that's going to be a let. So we can just search up the what constitutes a let. You can see here. Okay. The let in table tennis surround yourself that as we will play with no change to the score. Treated primarily by service net touch on a ready receiver and external destruction. Okay, so that's basically it. You just have to the way I explained it was wrong earlier. It just basically means that you have to replay a game. Because there was some disruption, or if the ball touched the net. If the ball touched the net, you know. But that's basically it. But I do believe that the opponent is getting a point for this. So maybe I'm right about what I said earlier. And also an unready receiver, you know. The receiver isn't ready to... Excuse me for that. The receiver isn't ready to receive the ball. You're going to have to replay that. So that's basically the let. I'm just drinking some water right now. Version. So you have different ways to play the game. Okay, basically just 2 ways. There's what we call the singles. Okay, so singles basically just mean that you can use the entire part of your board. Okay, you can use the entire table. If this is just two people, okay, you can use the entire table. So what I mean by that is the ball can land in any part of the table. Okay, there doesn't need to be any separation. Okay, the ball can land at any single part of the table. Okay, that is what we call singles. Okay, but when it's doubles, okay, the ball should only land this and this side. If you're the server, okay, or if you're the person and this side, the ball should basically just fall to this side. It just fall to this side of their court, your opponent's court. If it falls anywhere here, okay, it's not good. If it falls anywhere here, you have to make it fall here. Conversely, okay, your opponent has to make it strike here at this part of the court for it to be considered legal. The ball can also strike the end line, but it shouldn't strike. Okay, it shouldn't strike these. Okay, so that's basically it. So we're going to talk about the partners. Okay, let's say you have a partner, you have a receiving partner, you have a server partner, service partner, or service partner, or server partner. I don't really know. This is copy. All right, so let's say you have this kind of dilemma. Your server one. Okay, this is server one. This is server one. This is server two. This is receiver one. This is receiver two. Okay. So let's say you serve the ball. The ball, okay. The ball should go here. The ball should go here. It should go here to receiver two. Okay. I think it's more like this. The ball goes here to receiver one. Receiver one strikes the ball to server two. Then server two strikes the ball here to receiver two. Receiver two strikes the ball to receiver one. That's basically how it goes. Okay? That's basically just how it goes. So that's how it works when you have two people, I believe. I could be wrong, but that's my understanding of it. You know, I don't really play table tennis. Just for your information. Either way, you can remove these. So, what are a few things that you have to know about table tennis? Sure. You are not allowed. You're not allowed to use these edges. Okay, the edges as a plane surface. The plane surface merely resides here. Okay, and you can't hit the net either. You can never hit the net. You should never hit the net. Rather, okay. So when you play table tennis, you have to make the ball strike to your court first before it strikes their court. Okay. If you don't make the ball strike, you don't make the ball strike your court first before it hits theirs. That's not legal. Okay. So you have to make it strike first, strike both. That's a double bounce. That's what we call it, a double bounce. Okay, so playing table tennis is basically just sort of like this pattern. Okay, so we have the toss. We can just attribute it to a little process. You know, toss is what I mentioned earlier. You have to toss the server needs to toss the ball upwards first before he can strike it. Okay. Then we have the serve. Okay. Once you toss the ball, you have to serve it, which basically just means hitting it, striking it, and then you should go here. Okay. Signal to the receiver, and then third is receive. You know, once the receiver has received the ball, you just have to keep hitting the ball. You know, once the receiver has gotten the ball, you have to hit the ball. You have to hit the ball back, and that's what we call receive. That's basically it for table tennis. You know, basically just an oversimplification of it. If you guys like the video, please give me a thumbs up. Give me a like. If you don't like the video, if you think I made any mistakes in my explanation, please tell me in the comment section below. I will be sure to read it. Thank you very much for listening.